Psycho, Paperboys, Horrible Neighbors, Intercontinental Love, Van Halen playing hamburgers, a little brother who is either an evil genius or the greatest person in the history of mankind. This movie has it all. I'm talking about Better Off Dead. Welcome to Radical Chill Pill, where we look at guilty pleasure / amazing movies from the 80s and 90s. I'm Scott, and today's movie is Better Off Dead. Released in 1985, it stars John Cusack and is directed by Savage Steve Holland. It's the first of two movies they teamed up on, with the other being the incredible One Crazy Summer. The movie with this scene.
Oh my god, a giant dolphin with rabies.
I'm gonna make you into a stew!
When I was growing up, these movies were on all the time, and my friends and I would quote the ridiculous lines and dialogue. Out of the two, this is my favorite. The ridiculous characters that are here, the outstanding scenes, they're so memorable. It's great. The movie starts with suspenseful music. The dad's stirring. What's going on? He races downstairs. He's trying to raise the garage door. The paperboy comes up, throws another paper through another window. Now, I know it's a movie, and I'm not a lawyer or a cop, but you would think with this many broken windows and the apparent mental trauma that you'd have a pretty decent case of getting him to pay for the windows and be fired. And that the father is like Rambo and Commando rolled into one, because his wife sucks. I mean, she makes boiled bacon. His younger son, they have a conversation where he doesn't even acknowledge his dad. He cuts out the little pieces of the cereal boxes in that famous scene where it's just spilling all over the place. No one cares. You add Lane in the mix, who we haven't even got to yet. You add the battle with the paperboy. And this guy should, honestly, he should either be a serial killer or drooling in an insane asylum somewhere. But yet this hero pushes on. We next meet Monique, the French foreign exchange student, and she's staying with the Smiths, Mrs. Smith and her son, Ricky. It's a horrible impression, I know.
Ricky? Ricky!
We next meet the two brothers who love to race, who I personally love. Now, I'm going to be honest. I listened. I don't think we ever hear their names in the movie. I listened for it and never heard it. However, on the internet, one is Chen and the other is Yi-suk. Which one's which, I have absolutely no idea. But this is the type of insight that you will get from RCP. We're 10 minutes into the movie. We got some heavy hitter characters already. And we really haven't even met the main one. So you know this is going to be one heck of a ride. Now, Lane loves Beth, but she's ready to move on to someone more popular. The fact that she replaces Lane's framed photo with Roy's while Lane's coming to pick her up pretty much says everything we need to know about this character. Now, at this school, apparently the ski team is the coolest thing on the planet. And at the tryouts, we meet team captain Roy Stalin.
You'll make a fine little helper. What's your name?
Charles DeMar?
Shut up, geek.
So when you're putting together your starting team of 80s high school bad guys, you're going to have, of course, Captain William Zabka, the bad guy from Teen Wolf, the bad guy from One Crazy Summer. And I think a lot of people forget about Roy Stalin, but this guy sucks.
Buenos dias. Looking really good today, buddy. Looking real good.
So apparently, he's the only person to ski the K-12 and live. Here's a thought. Close the slope. I don't know. Maybe start halfway up. It seems pretty dangerous to me. Badger is Lane's 7-year-old brother. And he's building a laser gun and wearing a leopard smoking jacket. He looks like Hugh Hefner. I was taking notes, and I don't think he says a word the entire movie. The mom is the worst. Her cooking is horrendous. She's oblivious to everything. She gives TV dinners as Christmas presents, and I would actually argue that that's a great present considering how bad her cooking is. But then she follows it up by giving an armadillo coat, and that just negates all positive points that she's earned. Now, a mom who knows a thing or two about great Christmas presents is Mrs. Smith.
Grinch.
Christmas. Christmas. You can take that wherever you go.
Now, one of my favorite characters in this whole movie is the world's worst mailman.
What's a little boy like you doing with big boy smut like this?
Now, remember, he's a grown man talking to a 7-year-old like that. This movie. Next, everyone goes to the school dance, and we get the greatest entrance of all time, the greatest dance move of all time, the greatest reaction to a joke of all time, and in classic 1980s fashion, we get the title of the movie in a song. Now at the dance, it's a lot of little things here and there, but the main thing is Lane and Monique meet, and I think love is in the air. And then Lane goes to his car, is attacked by Paperboys, and we get one of the greatest deliveries of the word keys in movie history. Upon returning home, we find out that Badger has in fact used his new book, How to Pick Up Trashy Women, to pick up trashy women. Not 1, not 2, but 5 trashy women. And the dude's 7. I was playing with G.I. Joes. He's got 5 trashy women in his room. And they look like they're having the time of their lives. And my mind starts to wander and I go, you know, did they come in through the window? Or, I mean, did they ring the doorbell? And, I mean, knowing what we know about the mom, I'm thinking they just rang the doorbell and walked right past her. Lane gets a job at Pig Burger, and we get a memorable scene of a claymation hamburger playing Van Halen. Now, I love claymation, and I love Van Halen. But to be honest, this is probably one of my least favorite scenes. I feel like it goes on a little bit too long, and it kind of disrupts the flow of the film. Next, we have the memorable dinner scene with the French fries and the French dressing. And Mrs. Smith explodes after drinking paint thinner and lighting a cigarette. And we get this classic line.
Gee, I'm real sorry your mom blew up, Ricky.
Next, Lane discovers that Monique can speak English. And here's some insight that you're not going to find anywhere but RCP. Okay? She's on a front yard throwing lemons. She's throwing at a regulation street sign. She throws 10 throws. She hits it, I counted, 8 times. Okay? I played high school baseball. I might hit it 2 out of 10, maybe. I've never thrown a lemon in my life. I've never thrown a lemon at night in front of my crush. No wonder she loves baseball. She is a jock. Sign her up. And upon Lane discovering Monique's secret, what does he say? Well, honk my hooters. Excuse me? Is that a saying? Is that something people said back in the 80s? I have no idea, but it wouldn't fly now, I'll tell you that much. Now, Monique is amazing. She stands up to Roy, fixes Lane's car, helps him teach him how to ski better. She can throw lemons. I mean, Lane, what are you doing, dude? Put a ring on this finger. Now it's K-12 time. The whole school's there. He's racing Roy. He's being chased by a paperboy. He's got one ski.
He's skiing on one ski.
Lane wins the race, redeems himself, wins the girl, gets interviewed by the brothers, fights Ricky with ski poles. Side note, after the ski pole fight, he directly puts Monique over his shoulder, hops in the Camaro, and just takes off. I hope he's not driving with ski boots. I'll tell you right now, guaranteed crash every time. I don't know if you've ever worn ski boots. I mean, they're tough enough to walk in, let alone try and drive a car. Not gonna happen. Lane gets the girl. The paperboy catches up to Lane. Somewhere, I mean, in my mind, Lane, somewhere along the line, has got, maybe Monique fronts him the money. He's got $2. I mean, I know it's the 1980s, but $2 was not that much. So I'd like to think the paperboy gets paid and Lane is not killed by paperboys. The dad finally fixes the garage door, only to see half the house explode when Badger builds a space shuttle. Inside, it is time for my takes, where I'll give you my insight. Earlier in the movie, the dad says, you know, something along the lines of like, I let you borrow $200 so you could get that monstrosity that's on the front yard, blah, 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 blah. That monstrosity is a 1967 Camaro, the one that Monique helps fix up. The thing is a beast. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Lane never pays him back. I mean, just based on their relationship. And even if he does pay him back, $200 for that car, I mean, that's like Louisiana Purchase good deals. I worked as a dishwasher in a nursing home for my first car. It was an Eagle Talon. Yeah, Eagle Talon. That's a car. Look it up. It was nice on the outside, but that thing was a piece of junk. I'm going to be honest with you. Things that have aged poorly. First and foremost, we're going to have the suicide attempts. Hanging yourself, jumping off a bridge, lighting yourself on fire, carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, they're all thwarted, and there's a little comedic aftermath, I'll say, that goes along with it. But it's an 80s movie, and I know that's it's very typical among 80s movies. You know, it puts the point across. I'm sure, I mean, I laugh at it now, whatever. Just feel like mentioning, it's a little bit of a tough take these days, the whole I got dumped, so it's probably better to kill myself angle. And again, I know it's an 80s comedy, so don't rip me in the comments. I get it. Let's see. While we're at it, Lane, bit of a creep. I mean, if we're being honest, he's kissing the photos. He's got her heads in his hangers all through the closet. A little creepy. Again, I love John. I wouldn't be doing this movie if I didn't love this movie. It's hilarious, and it gets the point across of the whole how much he loves her and how, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm just gotta mention it's a little creepy. That's it. Final category is going to be favorite scene. And for the favorite scene, if you love this movie like I do, you're probably like, he skipped something in there. No. I was waiting for the favorite scene at the end. You got Paperboys, you got the brothers, you got the mailman, you got Badger, you got the mom and the armadillo, aardvark, whatever it is. You have Roy Stahl on the ski team, Monique, dancing hamburgers. But the math scene is by far, that's my favorite scene. If it's on, I can't help but laugh. I mean, every single time. I love it. Well, thank you for watching, and I have a whole list of 80s movies I'm going to start doing. You know, 80s, 90s, you let me know. Write in the comment section something you want me to do, and I'll try and get it done. You know, again, we're looking for guilty pleasure comedies. I mean, this is the tip of the iceberg. So again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to doing many more.
Look, Beth, I gotta go. The Christmas tree's on fire.